Hello, all you SuchArtians. SuchArtians? That's not right. SuchArtalites? SuchArtists. There we go. SuchArtists. Hello, all you Such artists out there, and welcome to another video in which we're going to be painting viewer suggestions. We filled a whole gallery full of these, and I gotta tell you, I love doing these videos. In today's video, we're going to be doing something a little unconventional, and combining a few different comments here into one painting, which we've done before, but we're doing it in kind of a unique way this time. The first comment that we have comes from Vicky, and I'm so sorry, Vicky. If I try to pronounce your last name, I'm just going to embarrass myself and make you mad at me. But the comment reads, in the next SuchArt video, do Avengers. So we can certainly do the Avengers, that's not a problem, but the next comment that we had that we're going to combine with it here comes from Prometheus5, or maybe it's Prometheus V, I don't know. It says also as a suggestion, pick a superhero per a randomizer, then turn him or her into a cool Pokemon. So I'm not going to be doing exactly that, but that did give me a really good idea, at least I think it's a good idea, for a video that we're going to be doing with a randomizer. In particular, what we're going to do is the Avengers as Pokemon, but for all of the Avengers, we're going to use a randomizer to pick which Pokemon we're using as their base character. Now we'll do this for the 6 Avengers: Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Thor, Black Widow, and Hawkeye, except one of them is a little bit too obvious of a choice, so we're not going to use a randomizer on Thor. Yeah, that's right, we're going to have to go with Pikachu. But for all of the other Avengers, yeah, we'll use a randomizer and see if we can come up with something kind of cool for each of them. Now you might be thinking, Kaz, there's way too many Pokemon. How are you possibly going to pick? Well, I narrowed it down to what I feel are recognizable Pokemon, and we'll go with that. So we'll get our canvas here, and first we got to make a nice little background for all of our Avengers to live in. But we'll start with a nice sky background here. Seems like it's kind of the same start to every painting lately, doesn't it? If you've seen my videos before, you know how we do our skies. That's kind of why I breeze through them here so quickly nowadays. But I will say, I like doing color variations in skies. I mean, we're not doing it so much on this one, but you know, we can do skies really with any color. I mean, we do them with red and purple, and sometimes just with like yellow and brown and blue. Sometimes gold and pink. I mean, it's all sorts of possible combinations you can do for the sky. For this one, we're going with, you know, kind of a basic Pokemon, you know, blue sky and green field. Looks good to me, dog. So we'll clean up our workspace that we have here, and then before we get going on the first of our characters, we're gonna have to kind of outline where we think they're gonna go. I mean, not outline, but you know, kind of denote where we think the characters are gonna go. You know what I mean? So we're gonna have a couple flying characters here. Let's do. I'm not gonna draw the outlines. I'm just kind of going for you know, where I think they'll approximately go. I think the Pikachu Thor is gonna go up here-ish. We'll do Iron Man kind of over here, kind of above everybody else. Do another one here. That'll be probably Captain America. Black Widow to the side over here. I'll do Hawkeye somewhere right over here. Then Hulk over here to the side. Okay, I think that's pretty good placement. And now we'll get started on our Pikachu Thor. So first thing, I want to make sure, it's going to be especially important to get proportions right for all these. I'm not going to outline all of Pikachu here, but I think it's going to be important that we, like I said, that we get the proportions right. Ow, why am I repeating myself? So I think we're going to do top of his head up here. Yeah, we'll do the bottom of him down here. Yeah, and we'll do his right side over here and left side over here. So I think, is that going to be big enough? Maybe we should do a little bit bigger. I think that'll be a good size. You know what, I just put my pencil back, but I realized, yeah, you know what, maybe I do actually want to outline Pikachu first. That's pretty good Pikachu. Boy, that is awfully big though. Okay, I think everybody's gonna have to be pretty big now. For Pikachu, we'll start off here with just, let's see, is that the yellow that we want? Yeah, that's the yellow we want. Let's go with this yellow. That is awfully yellow. Maybe that's too yellow. Yeah, I think we'll go with that instead. Now, I know that I said we're going to use a randomizer on everything except for, you know, Pikachu as Thor. And there's a big reason for it. I mean, think of how awkward it would be if we had like Squirtle be Thor, but then Pikachu, a lightning Pokemon, comes through and is, I don't know, Black Widow. That feels like that would be weird. It feels like if anybody's going to be Thor, it has to be Pikachu. Alright, good start. So let's get to going with the Thor conversion. So we're going to do the outfit here in a couple different dark grays. And I'm thinking it's going to go like this. And we need some red for the cape. Of course, we can't forget Mjolnir here. Okay, we'll just add some more crucial details here and get to outlining. First, we got to do them Pika cheeks. Now some line work, and I think we're done with Pikachu. Pikachu, I say. Of course, I mean Pika Thor. There we go. I think that turned out pretty good. So now with our Pika Thor out of the way, we have to do the next character, which is going to be more in the background, and that's going to be Iron Man. So let's take a spin on our wheel here. We have 20 somewhat recognizable Pokemon here, and we'll see who we're going to transform into Iron Man. So it looks like it's going to be Cubone. All right, that's going to be interesting. So once again, we'll see if we can draw kind of an outline here of what the character is going to be like. Thinking, I mean, this is going to be especially hard because Cubone like doesn't really fly or jump or anything. So we want to make him, though, about the same dimensions as our Pikachu. So we'll do kind of his bottom half here. Top up there, maybe. Might not be too bad, okay. Something kind of interesting about Cubone is he is already wearing a mask, but I don't think we're going to incorporate his mask into Iron Man. I think we're just going to have him wearing like the Iron Man suit, I think, and maybe have like his hands out and feet out, you know, using the propulsion to keep himself afloat. I think that's probably what we're going to have to do. A little bit smaller than Thor, and that's okay. I intentionally wanted it to be a little bit smaller, so I think this works good. Yeah, I think this will work just good. So first thing first, I think I'm just going to actually do kind of the Iron Man suit first. I'm not going to bother doing most of his body in color because really almost all of this is going to be the suit. Maybe we can kind of do his mask, but maybe give it a little bit of maybe we'll do like the Iron Man eyes to it. Yeah, I think that might actually look good. Like we'll put like a faceplate here. Like let's see. What if we kind of have like the faceplate here, but then he'll have like, yeah, this might actually look kind of good, dude. I think it'll still be recognizable as Cubone, but it'll have like kind of a Iron Man-esque mask to it. Yeah, dude. Okay. All right. I'm digging this idea. This is looking good. First, let's get this body painted. Cubone is Iron Man. Who would have thought that that would be a thing? I was a little disappointed at first when that's what it landed on, but I think this is actually going to work out good. I think the idea that we have to make the mask cool is actually a really good idea. Okay, I think that's pretty good for the base reds. Now we just have to add some details to imply that it's Iron Man. Alright, then now maybe we should get some gray here. Yeah, that's a good idea. So maybe first, maybe we should actually get this out of the way, huh? No, I'm just gonna draw it as a circle, and then because we're gonna end up going over all the edges, I think, anyways. This is also the same color that we're gonna use for the eyes. Now that I think about it, should have actually made the shape for this first. I don't know, man. I'm just figuring it out as I go. I think it's about time that we get the skull done now. Man, it's coming along good. I think we're at a point where we can just start adding kind of our black outlines and see where we're at. Holy crap, that's looking really good. Now, one last thing we need to do, and I'm really nervous about this part. We need to give him a way that he's floating, right? So let's see if we can do it like this. Going to try to very gently give some glowing effect. And honestly, that worked out better than I expected. Our Cubone Iron Man is lit, dude. That's awesome. This is like my favorite thing I've ever done so far. Next up, let's take a spin and see who we get for Black Widow. And it's gonna be Machop. Alright, that sounds a little weird. Let's do it. So like we did before, we'll start with the pencil here and see if we can get kind of the outline here of what Machop is going to look like as Black Widow. This is a weird combination, not going to lie to you. But let's see, I know we're going to want his feet probably right about down here. Let's see if we go that tall. Yeah, then maybe a little bit further down here. Let's see if we can get an outline of Machop now. Okay, so not exactly the proportions that we were that we originally outlined, or that we originally got them marked off. But I think that works. I think that would have been way too small. So since it's more in the foreground, it's going to have to be a little bit bigger than our Iron Man over here, our Iron Cubone. And I figure we're not going to do the entire body first because you know, Machop's going to be wearing kind of a black leather outfit here. So we'll get the colors for those as well. I think it's mostly going to be that instead of his signature blue. Start with the black here. We'll see if we can get some of his blue on here as well. Let's see if we can add some of the details to the outfit here. Alright, I think that's not too bad for the outfit. Now for these curves that he has on his head here. There we go. I think those actually turned out pretty good. I think we just need to get some colors for the eyes, and then we can start outlining. I want to add a shadow here first. We'll try to take a dark green and just feather it along the bottom here. I think that's probably pretty good. Let's uncover it here. Now, part of the reason I wanted to do this before I do the outline is because if I do actually end up covering up any of like the spots on the boots or the legs with that green, I can paint over it before I do the outline. Overall, it's pretty good, but it looks like there is a little bit down here I just want to cover back up. Otherwise, I think that turned out pretty good. Now let's grab some black and get to outlining and adding some of the black details. And there we go. We have Machop as Black Widow. Wow. Now let's roll and see who we get for Hulk. Rattata. Alright. So Rattata, huh? Rattata. Rattata. It's the rat guy. How are we going to do that? Very carefully, that's how. So we're gonna have to, you know, now that we have, you know, Machop here, we know that we're gonna have to, you know, we could use kind of the foreground as far as he's gone down. But I think I'm gonna have to have Captain America and Hawkeye down that far. So I think because Hulk is gonna be more in the background, I think this is as low as he can go. I think that's as low as he can go. But I want him to be almost as tall as his Pikachu here. So Hulk's gonna be big. Hulk's gonna be big. I mean, Hulk's a big guy. So I'm thinking head up here. Oh boy, that's a lot of extra lines. Hopefully I'll be able to make sense of this here, huh? Okay, bit of a disaster overall, but I think we can make this work. Could you hear the lack of confidence in my voice when I was like, okay. And I'm actually going to make the shadow first instead of after, because that was dumb. Let's pick our colors for Rattata. All right, here we go. Wish me luck. All right, we're off to a good start. Now we got to do like the ripped jeans here. Yeah, it's not bad. Progress is being made. Now we just have to add some of these muscled details here. All right, and I think we just cover up some of these excess pencil lines, and then we'll get to outlining. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I gotta add shadows to the hands. You big dummy, almost forgetting things. Oh my gosh. I can hear that bucket going ape again. It's happened a few videos ago. I don't know why it's doing this. Look at, you can see it shaking for no reason. It's just sitting here. Nothing's happening. Why are you shaking? The sound is maddening, I tell you. It's doing it again. Get out of here. So it's not incredibly Hulkish, but it's definitely a lot more intimidating than the normal Rattata, right? I think we did a pretty good job overall. That hand's a little goofed. That's okay. It'll probably be covered up by Hawkeye anyways. So let's move on to the next one. Let's take a roll and see who we get for Hawkeye. Round and round it goes, and we land on Froakie. All right, we'll make that work. Now, coincidentally, Froakie's standard pose that we're going to be basing the image off of might actually work well for Hawkeye, because we could have his right hand holding a bow and his left hand grabbing for an arrow from the quiver. That works. So we're going to have his base be a little bit in front of I almost said He-Man, a little bit in front of Hulk here. Let's go down about this low, and I'm going to end up covering up quite a bit of the screen, I imagined anyways, but we'll deal with it. Let's see if we can base everything off of his head size. Head's probably going to be about here, I think. Not gonna lie, the more I think about it, we're actually pretty blessed that we ended up getting Froakie. There's a lot of them that would not have worked out very well for Hawkeye. Okay, he's a little big. He's a little big. I mean, especially compared to, you know, Machop over here. He probably should really only be about half the size of Machop, but I'll allow it. I mean, because at this point, what other choice do I have, right? We'll do the same thing we did before. Do the shadow first. So we are going to do a little bit of an outfit on him as well, but first let's actually go with all of his basic colors first. All right, it's pretty good for the base colors. I think we need to give him a little bit of angry eyes though, so let's get that done here. Thinking like just like this. He needs to look a little bit more intimidating than questioning, which is kind of the standard Froakie look. There we go. I think that's quite a bit better. Because we've come so far with this, I want to get the eyes out of the way here before I kind of Hawkeye-ify this up. Hawkeye-ify? Man, we're just making up all sorts of goofy terms this episode, huh? There we go. Yeah, I'm definitely glad I added those extra eyelids here. So, let's add some Hawkeye elements here. We'll give him kind of the signature archer's band here. What's this called? Guard? Arm guard? I know it probably has a term. I'm just not much into archery, so I don't know. Oh god, I just realized I'm gonna have to pick a straight line here, huh? Oh boy. But here's hoping that's thin enough. Watch it be too thin. Nope, that's perfect. Alright, good. I'm really happy that worked out. I don't think I could have made a thinner line. That worked perfect. Alright, now we're just gonna add some arrows here out the back as if it's a quiver. And then we can get going on some outlining. Yo, it's kind of perfect, not gonna lie to you. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm actually really digging Froakie here. It's sick. And there's our Froakie Hawkeye. For our Mr. Nationalist himself, Captain America, let's see who we roll. Eevee. All right, let's go with that. So Eevee is an interesting pick for Captain America. But luckily, I got an idea how to make it work. So unfortunately, Eevee's not going to be tall enough here to kind of put behind Pikachu here to it's not going to work. But we'll have Eevee down here, and we're going to do kind of a, oops, that's not my pencil. Where's my pencil? We'll have Eevee down here, and it's going to be kind of Eevee's like leaping pose. So it's going to be interesting to do, let me tell you. I think that's a pretty good Eevee shape overall. What do you think? So now we'll try to draw on some of Eevee's face elements here because we're going to put a mask on Eevee here. Let's start with kind of Eevee's basic tones here, huh? Let's try this. Random thought, but you ever wonder why it's called royal blue when purple is the color of royalty? Shouldn't there be a royal purple? I don't know, man. I think of all sorts of random things when I'm on long painting sessions like this. Ooh, not gonna lie, that tail shadow turned out really good. Ooh, coming along. Let's pick a nice blue for that mask, huh? And I think we're ready for the shield and then some line work and we can be done. So I'm thinking for the shield, we'll start with the base red. And then we're probably going to try to add maybe some highlights or some shine to it. You know, make it look metallic, and then we'll add the rest of the details. Right, now we can dry it off and let's see if we can add our star, huh? There we go. That's not too bad. But you know what? Looking at it, I also think... Oops, wrong blue. As I was saying, I also think that this ear comes out a little bit too far here. That looks a lot better. Now we just got lines, and boy, is there a lot of them. And now we can sign it and be done. And now we'll put our Pokemon Avengers mashup in our gallery. I gotta say, of all the paintings I've done recently, I had probably the most fun doing this one. This one was a blast to do, because I really didn't know what to expect, you know, with each element coming up with the randomizer. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this here, especially since I kind of took your ideas and modified it a little bit to make something which I think turned out absolutely epic. So if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, leave it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel if it's your first time here. If you have a painting idea that you want to see in a future video, go ahead and leave it down in the comments and we will take a look at it here and add it to the queue. I'm going to call it right here. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you for sticking it out here. Kaz out. Peace.